Hey YouTube, Martin here. Thanks guys for watching all my videos, the subscriptions and everything. What I want to talk about today is big fish and moving the big fish. So I do see a lot of people have big fish like a pacu or a big Oscar fish or other big fish. And what they do is they simply lift the lid. They put them in the net, lift them up, and take them out. There's a ton of splashing that will happen at the top of the tank because these fish are big and they don't want to move. So what I've recently done, and I've proven this over and over, and I'll just quickly go over it, how to avoid a lot of that stress. And it may take a little bit more work, but it may save you a ton of unhappiness, because in the net your fish can get his fins stuck on the net, and so on. This is mostly a video for big fish. So how I move a big fish, let's say this guy or one of my other big fish, how would I move them? Well, the first thing I would do is I would turn the lights off. I would then take the canopy off the top of the tank. The second thing I would do is I would remove any large decorations out of the tank. Anything large that the fish can scrape itself on, I would remove it. The third thing I would do is I would actually not go with a net. This is the key to the video. I would not go with a net. I would, and actually before we get there, the third thing I would do is lower the water to 50%. 50% water, no decorations. That way the fish doesn't splash the water out of the tank. It's key to lower the water to 50%. So it's a little bit of work, but what you do after that is you get a actual bucket, a clean bucket, preferably. This one I use for a lot of things here. But what you do is you get a bucket and you will place it in your tank, and you will slowly corner your fish. Nothing over powerful, nothing. It just has to be a calm motion, very slowly, so the fish feels safe. And you can use your other hand to kind of guide it into the bucket, and they will swim into the bucket with no problems. They will not fight. They shouldn't. And then what you do, once it's in the bucket, you gently lift it up and you let it stand there for like 30 seconds to a minute, and you'll see that your big fish will be in the bucket. He is not splashing. He will not be fighting in there because he feels comfortable. It's a hiding spot he swam into. So as you can see, like my big fish here, they swim into hiding spots all the time. So the idea is to fool the fish that, hey, it's something scary is happening. I'm going to hide in this bucket. And then once it feels safe that he found a hiding spot, you simply lift it, and then you just gently pull it out of the tank. And there will be no water spillage, no splashing on the bucket if it's done correctly. And you can do this for fairly big size fish. I mean, there is a huge circumference here, so some fish can even just, depends on how big your fish is, right? That's what I would recommend over the net, and then putting the fish in there into the net, and then lifting it up, then throwing it into a bucket. I mean, it's a lot of stress for the fish, right? Versus having just lowering your water, taking the decorations out, putting a bucket in, and gently swooping the fish into the bucket, and then it doesn't even feel the motion of you pushing the bucket out of the tank and moving it out. That's some advice I've learned when I had to move my fish. At first, I did not do that. I used a net, and then I started to do the bucket method, and it worked so much better for me. And I thought I'd share it with you guys. That way, if you are scared to move your fish, you don't know how it's going to react with the net. You're worried that it's going to splash water everywhere on you, and that's how I would do it. I would try that, at least attempt it gently. You never have to literally do it. If you feel that, hey, you know what, this bucket method is not working for me, well, at least you've got half the water down and the decorations out of the way, so at least then you can swoop them into a net a lot easier. So good luck to you guys moving your big fish. Hopefully they're moving into a bigger home, bigger tank, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.